Okay, guys, Greg DePaul here. I want to run through, just very briefly touch on some stuff that you guys sent me in your assignments. Okay. So I'm going to give you sort of two groups that I put the assignments in. Everybody did a good job, but I'm going to give you an idea of how people think differently. Okay, when they read something like this, and how everybody's coming from a little bit different perspective. Okay, Carla wrote, I'm paraphrasing. This is the one-liner. The episode focuses on the impact that the parents' reluctance to openly express their affection has on different generations of modern family. Okay. Courtney wrote, the family ponders the significance of a kiss. Okay, so she kept it sort of vague in that way. Okay, Corinne Brinkley wrote, the Dunphys and Pritchetts find a way to express their emotions through a kiss. Jenny Baines-Keevitt, showing love and affection can have many personal obstacles and boundaries. Okay. Kahaley Markman, going outside of your comfort zone for love is a risk worth taking. So just listen to these, take them in. Connor wrote, the family learns about romance and the importance of communication in their relationships. Now, of that group, well, here, that's sort of like one group, the A group. I'm going to hit you with three others. We'll call that the B group and see if you can kind of detect the difference. Amelia Kahane. I probably mispronounced both of your names. I'm sorry. Okay. While Alex tries for her first kiss with disastrous results, Jay and Mitchell experience some affection-related firsts of their own. Okay. Katie Lynch wrote, while Phil tries to set up Jay's printer and Gloria prepares a traditional Colombian meal, the family gets to the root of Mitchell's issue with public displays of affection. Okay. And the last one, this is from Joseph Riley. Cameron is fed up with Mitchell's disdain for PDA, meaning public displays of affection. Jay is put into the doghouse for mocking Gloria's Colombian roots. And Alex is entangled with hardships surrounding her first kiss. So, as you probably gauged, the difference between the two groups, very, very broadly stated, is that the first group, which was most of them, tend to be more vague, and some of them tend to be expressing a theme of the episode or a general idea. Like, for instance, going outside of your comfort zone for love is a risk worth taking. That's a general theme, right? Showing love and affection can have many personal obstacles and boundaries, a general theme. Now, you're getting a little bit more specific when you are a little bit more action-oriented or plot-oriented when Connor writes, the family learns about romance and the importance of communication in their relationships. Also thematic, but just that word learns kind of gives you some idea of what's going on from a conflict or plot point of view. The same thing for Corinne. She has, they find a way to express emotions. Now, Courtney had family ponders the significance of a kiss. Right? That's, again, that's active of a kind. So the A group that I told you was sort of broad, thematic, and almost philosophical a little bit. The B group is like, we're going to give you the A, B, and C in one sentence. Bill does this, Jim does that, Greg does that. You know? The advantages of the B group, and I think that for what we're going to do when we come up with our own stuff, I'd like you to lean towards the way the B group writes it, is you're sort of setting out the three plots or three stories with some sort of action right up front. I think you should do that. I want you to do that in the assignment that we're going to do for the next handful of days, where you come up with your own story ideas, okay? We're going to skip the longer description initially and just do the one sentence and the short description. And I'll put this in the assignment. Again, I'll look at Joe Riley's again. Cameron is fed up with Mitchell's disdain for PDA. Jay is put into the doghouse for mocking Gloria's Colombian roots. And Alex is entangled with hardships surrounding her first kiss. Okay, those are all good because you're giving me the A, B, and C. I'd like you guys in this assignment to do that, but to make it more active. So instead, you could say what Cameron does because he's fed up. Or Jay does this because he's in the doghouse for mocking Gloria's Colombian roots. Or Gloria does that because she fools with him. And Alex is entangled with hardships surrounding her first kiss. There's no perfect way to do this. But when you write your versions, I'm saying this to the whole class, try to go with sort of the way Joe's done it, with try to give us the A, B, and C. If there's a theme there, we're going to notice it anyways. So if you decide to make your theme about fighting, and you say Jay takes a boxing class, Claire and Phil argue all day, and Gloria and Manny have a thumb wrestling match. When I hear those three things, I'm going to know that the theme is conflict or fighting. You see what I'm saying? So you don't actually have to tell me the conflict. It's fine, the people who did in this assignment, that's perfectly fine, because I read the short descriptions and I'm reading the longer descriptions now. So clearly you guys read it and you get the conflict. That's fine. But since in this assignment, we're not going to do the longer part. We're just going to do the one sentence and the short description part, okay? For your original stuff, focus on conflict. Try to make it active. You don't need to capitalize like you would do in a diagram, because we're writing prose. Okay, and I'll probably put a couple more things in the episode. Everybody who did this did a good job. And I'm going back now, and I'm going to read the longer descriptions. But for the thing that you're gonna write, which I'm going to put on Canvas today, focus on. We're just going to be doing the one sentence version for your original ideas and the shorter version. We're not going to do the long. You're not going to write a long version, okay? But I want you to think of it in terms of if you had to write the episode. So, as you'll see, when we talked about in some of our earlier stuff, and in my book I talk about this, and in the stuff that I blog I talk about this. I want you to set yourself up as if you were going to write the episode. So therefore, put as much conflict as you can into these things, because if you don't have a lot of conflict in your short and your medium and your long-term descriptions, you're not going to be able to write it in if it's not there. So imply or state as much conflict as you can. So ideally in that first one sentence in this upcoming assignment, 3 conflicts being set out so that I can see them there. And that's kind of what Joe did. I think what I'm saying is the way Joe's written his, I mean, here you're just deconstructing an episode that exists, but the way he's written this would put him in a good position if he had to write this from scratch and all he had was that one sentence that he wrote. He's implying the conflicts that he can now explore and work with. Okay. With Katie's, Phil tries to set up Jay's printer. Gloria prepares a traditional Colombian meal. You're telling me something about what they're going to do. Tries to set up a printer. You're telling me that he's going to try and probably fail and struggle. Again, there's going to be some conflict. The family gets to the root of Mitchell's issue with public displays of affection. You are implying some conflict there. I think that's good from a writing point of view. If you were going to write this. When Amelia says, while Alex tries for her first kiss with disastrous results, I know she tries and fails. That's comedy, right? Jay and Mitchell experience some affection-related firsts of their own. Okay, you could make that more aggressively conflicty if you were writing it. Again, I'll put more of this in the episode, which I'll write out for you. I hope that helps. Everybody did a good job, and I'll put the episode on I apologize. I'll put the assignment for the episode you're planning to write. We're not going to write it in this class, but I'll put the assignment on Canvas today. Okay. Thank you guys. Good work. Everybody did good work. And send me any questions to DePaulG@newschool.edu, and we'll talk again soon. Okay. Thanks, guys.